Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a lovely day. Now, this is a very important video because it will talk about my next progression and what I'm doing next in the game over, say, the next couple of months. But again, as I said, it's very important because I need to give you a real flavor as to what I'm currently up to in game, where I'm structuring stuff when it comes to like my progression, what I'm up to, the other new content coming in, where I see myself getting certain things done, like Abyss of Legends. One thing I do want to point out about progression side of things is alliance related stuff. With the quality of life improvements for alliances, and there's a lot more quality of life improvements. I'm not going to say like, oh, it's great of quality of life improvements of alliances, but it's certainly improved. And that's mainly because of like Alliance Quest energy and Alliance Wars energy. So that is important, especially for me, because I was considering going Alliance free for the remainder of the summer to clear a lot of content. However, with champion availability and as well restructuring my roster against what I take in different content based on changes, it has meant that I was able to 100% Labyrinth of Legends, which is just so important to me. It was a piece of content that I always wanted to get done, and whilst I was taking some holiday and I pre-uploaded content, I could really kind of bash it out. And I'll be doing some guides on this, as well as obviously synergies. You've probably seen like an Aegon synergy kind of review. Loads of other content is to come out about that one, so I'm really excited to do more on 100% guides and exploration guides for that, and my experiences, tips and tricks when it comes to that one. And yeah, okay, it could be quite outdated. However, though, you have to bear in mind, with new champions, new synergies being brought into the game, it does mean that it makes a piece of content like this a little bit more easier. The same way that you could say that, right, well, after, you know, preparation from Otrux's video, that Abyss of Legends became a little bit more, say, I don't know, achievable. I think that's very important to move on to the structure of how my Abyss of Legends run is going to play out. And I think it's very much champion specific. So the way that I'm building my team is obviously with things that I've got as of, say, the last couple of months. Like, I didn't have an Awakened Aegon as of, I think it was end of April, start of May. So that means that June, July, I've had 2 months with an Awakened Aegon. And also Nick Fury, I think I got a month ago. So that is something that is quite important to mention as well, is that these two champions have only really been in my roster as of the last couple of months. So preparation is key. And yet you don't have to use just these 3 champions, because I've seen people use the most ridiculous champion combinations. But it's the cost of things, the unit cost of things, the time element to things, getting stuff done quickly and as quickly as possible is vitally important. The next 2 slots are up for grabs, and that's the thing. I don't have Human Torch, but it's not a necessity to have a Human Torch in there. It's just a case of dealing with all those troublesome mystics. Now, speaking to a few other creators, and especially those that have done it, and other examples that they haven't had Human Torch to use in the scenario, is that the champion of Void becomes of value to use, so Void there. And also another champion. Now that's the thing, a lot of people will kind of say differently about this, and this is the point of me refining how this is done. So whether or not, I've seen a lot of people use Quake in a scenario. However, I don't know if that's going to be a thing for me, and it more than likely will be a case that I'll use a champion that is more of a roster padding type champion, and I'll be in the shape and form of Heimdall. Heimdall would go into that. So that may be the team that I use. Now this is the thing, I'm going to do a little bit of training on this. I'm not certainly going to go into it now, because look, up top there, up there, I've not got the units to do it yet. So it's the thing, training it, seeing how the team functions, and maybe I'll kind of go a chunk in, see how far I go, how is it working. But the main thing, and you probably go like, Rich, well, you need to awaken your Void as you lose your voice. Oh God, losing my voice at the same time as delivering that. But yeah, awaken Void would probably be a good thing. Now all this depends on the next couple of months. Now here's the thing, I don't know if I'm going to awaken my Void through crystals anytime soon. I don't know if it's a necessity that I care too much about it at the moment, especially with a lot of Act 6, which we'll talk about in a minute. But back issues 5, like next month, is going to be Variant 5, obviously Blood and Venom, which we're all looking forward to, so that's something to focus on. Also, by late July, we'll see the boss rushes, which will more than likely be, like I'd say, the last week of July in order to grind out. And they work for 5 weeks with an Omega quest, which is right at the end of it. So expect that around about August time. So yeah, that would be pretty cool to kind of like do that. But yeah, that kind of sees me through to a lot of the content. But there is the other thing, and that is, well, the Summer of Pain, which is a working title. Now, I don't know if this is a time-specific quest similar to The Maze, which we had back a long time ago. And as well, like, what will be the kind of strain on my roster? Will I need a plethora of different champions to rank up to take this on? Will it be something I want to do? Yeah, like, it's just a case of, like, will I be interested? Not quite sure. This then puts me in a stage where I'm like, I'm going to push for Act 6, 100%ing, well, a lot of it. There's a lot of champions that I'm going to rank up, which I'll talk about in a second. And the rank ups will be stuff like Hyperion, right the way through to Void, Warlock, you name it, I'll be ranking them up. As I've just got loads of resources and I need to rank up champions to take on certain content, gating systems, and just because they've got utility to them, not that I'm just uploading, ranking them up for no reason, upgrading them as well, I was trying to say there. But yeah, the fact is, when this fight here, the champion boss fight 6.2.6 gets nerfed, which will be in August, obviously that will be something I want to push to 100%. So I think before I do that is to definitely 100% 6.2.1, which is obviously the life cycle. Backblast with 6.2.2, and then the other ones here. These two I'm not looking forward to at all, as they are very unpleasant, especially with destructive feedback, and I can't remember and do not care to remember what's associated with Mordo's 6.2.5. So that's another thing as well to kind of like sink my teeth in. But I'm going to get it done. And this is the thing, by the end of this month, I do hope to have a lot of this 100%. It's probably going to take maybe the last of my units up there, but I will be extensively grinding Arena again on Twitch and obviously coming back to YouTube. But when it comes to 6.2, the rewards are quite nice to kind of grab, especially to get that 25% of tier 5 class catalyst fragment, which I think I'm close to getting a Mystic, I think is my first one. So I need a strong Mystic. And as well, not to mention a good chunk of 6-star shards, the 5-star shards, and it's just helpful-ish stuff. It's not going to massively propel my roster, because let's face it, you may get 6-star that's complete trash, but, you know, c'est la vie. And when it comes to rank ups, there's so many champions I want to and need to rank up. But it's just a case of going like, well, which ones deserve it more based on the content I'm doing? Hyperion would probably get it first. Void, possibly, obviously, definitely if I get the Awakening through crystals, as opposed to like, if I get a Science Gem from like doing some variants, then hey, that's great. And I've still got variant 1 to 100%, but I'm not going back until I got a rank 3 6-star to completely demolish any of that stuff. I'm looking at a Cosmic for that one in particular. And even if I manage to awaken my Corvus 6-star, then yeah, I will be doing a lot of stuff with putting Suicide Masteries back on and a few other things as well. Either way, there's a lot of kind of like utility in what I've got so far. Lots of champions. I'm still debating whether or not to awaken my Silver Surfer, rank 5ing him, but I kind of feel like if I'm in the prestige game, I would have like had to get about, I don't know, 150 plus signature stones into him, which I just don't have at this moment. And as well, obviously, there's a lot of other champions, you know, I could be ranking up. Rank 2ing my Ghost, a 6-star. It's the 5-star version. Lots of champions I should be, could be. But again, like just resources. I need to be very careful on it, because if I get a load of rank 5s and I get a load of rank 2 6-stars, then when's my next one coming in? We've got Magneto buffs coming in, Falcon buffs coming in. Like, I need to be very careful, and I think that's very important. Once you make that decision, it has to be something that reflects your roster ongoing. And as well, open up all your crystals first before considering rank ups, because in that crystal you could pick up something that's completely god tier, and you're like, I should be doing this. And Hulk Ragnarok as well, that's a champion I need to rank up. That's going to be handy for a lot of variant 1, and also just interactions with Degeneration and maybe Stardust, stuff like that. Just said Stardust. I think I mean Starburst, which is weird because in the UK, Starburst was is some kind of like sweets, like fruity chews, like Chewits. I don't know if anybody where you have Chewits or Starburst. Maybe I got that wrong. I don't know. It's the one with Degeneration. You know what I mean. There we go, that's been a little video looking at where I'm going, who I'm ranking, and other stuff as well when it comes to my account. What are you currently up to in-game? I'll be reading through the comment section to try and find out, you know, where are you up to? Some people are doing Uncollected and becoming Uncollected for the first time. Cavalier as well. Lots of people are saying that they're on the progression route, so congrats to everybody that is putting in the effort, and those that are obviously doing Act 5, Act 6, and different types of content. I salute you. Well done. Good luck to you with whatever you do. Check out some recent content up here. Check out some other links to other stuff down here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.